Hello. So here's the thing. Weird Al Yankovic is making a Broadway musical called Dare to be Stupid. It is going to be a jukebox musical. When I first heard that he was making a musical, I was like, good for him. And then I heard that it's going to be a jukebox musical, and I was like, oh no. And I like Weird Al. I grew up listening to him. The first concert I ever went to was a Weird Al show where I was spoiled, and every concert in comparison is now garbage because, like, Weird Al had a giant screen behind him playing like funny videos in between songs and just hyping up everybody, and he did 3 encores. He did The Saga Begins, he did Yoda, and he did all of Albuquerque. All 12 minutes of Albuquerque. That's a fucking treat, okay? I don't think he does that anymore for shows. I've never, like, every time I've gone back to see him, he doesn't do, like, that much stuff. So, like, my first time going to a Weird Al concert spoiled every other concert for me in history, and now I can't enjoy them because I'm just like, yeah, but that first Weird Al one was incredible. So, like, believe me when I say I really want this musical to be good. I don't want this musical to just be like, oh, there's an Amish person, so they're gonna play Amish Paradise. Oh, look, it's Yoda, so now we're gonna play Yoda. What if they just played all of Albuquerque? Look, I didn't script this. I'm kind of just making up everything on the spot. So, like, I'm just rambling right now. I also space out a lot. I have essentially compiled a list of Weird Al songs that I think would work best for a musical. For a jukebox musical, at least. The name of the show is Dare to be Stupid, which, like, I listened to that song, and it implies to me that this is going to be a very surreal musical. It's time to bite the hand that feeds you. It's time to bite off more than you can chew. What I didn't write these in any specific order yet. Maybe I should order these. 1 second. You know what? Scratch that. Scratch all of this. I'm just gonna go in order of what I wrote down because I don't have like a script in mind. I have an idea in mind for what this is going to be about, but I'm just going to read these songs in the order that I've written them just for my own sanity's sake. Obviously, the first one is going to be Dare to be Stupid because that's the name of the show. It's going to establish a tone, establish the main character. The next song, which I think could lead to something interesting, is Frank's 2000-inch TV. And this makes me think, what if, like the concert that I saw, what if the show had a giant screen in the background? Like, they could have sets and other, like, practical elements for the set, but there's also a screen. I don't know if musicals do screens, but I think the screen should not only be referenced in a song like Frank's 2000-inch TV, but it's like a character, because it's like, it's genuinely what everybody in the show sees. There's something sinister about Frank's 2000-inch TV to me. Like, there's Frank's remote control, you can look, but don't touch it, please, 'cause Frank's the one in charge, and he decides what everybody sees. Like, there's something, like, sinister to me with that line, and I feel like this could be a good villain song. Like, the TV ultimately should be destroyed at the end of the musical, I think, because it's like, it's just showing people, like, brain rot and making everybody stupid. And even though the song is called Dare to be Stupid, it seems to contradict the theme of Dare to be Stupid, which I don't know if that's what we want. Like, Dare to be Stupid should be dare to be yourself. Dare to stand up to what other people tell you to do because it's true to who you are. And Frank's 2000-inch TV is the bad guy. And it's like it's screen time. It's like we're showing you what you see. We are controlling the way that you think. I don't know. Like this idea is in the developmental stage, just like Weird Al's musical. I'm just throwing out ideas, and he can have them if he wants. I put Another One Rides the Bus on here, but I don't think I agree with that anymore because I have another song that will more clearly establish the main character's monotony in his life. And they did Another One Rides the Bus in the Weird movie. And I think if you want to stay original, you're going to have to stay away from all the songs that were featured in Weird. I'll Be Mellow When I'm Dead sounds like a good song that would go in there. I did listen to this song. I don't know what it would do story-wise, but it would definitely establish something. Mr. Frump in the Iron Lung is probably my favorite Weird Al song, and I think Mr. Frump should be there's got to be a name for this kind of character where the main character comes home to Mr. Frump in his iron lung, and he's like his caretaker pretty much. It's just one of his stressors in life. And he loves Mr. Frump, and I think it would be cool if Mr. Frump dies. Because in the song, Mr. Frump dies, like his iron lung fails. But that might make people too sad. Like, I don't think it would be funny, or at least not as funny as I think it would be. Next is This Is the Life. This is either a villain song or an sort of anti-hero song where the hero gets into all this money and he's like, I buy a dozen cars when I'm in the mood. I hire somebody to chew my food. You know, like he's living it up and he's enjoying his life. Now, this is a bit of a self-insert here. Okay, this is me kind of inserting my own experiences into this. Everything You Know Is Wrong. This song will communicate to the audience that the main character has psychosis. He goes to work, he does his job, but his thinking is completely delusional, and it's because of Frank's 2000-inch TV that he thinks everything that comes on that TV is about him in some way. The problem with this is that it's not going to be very funny. Psychosis isn't very funny, but there are funny things that can happen when you have psychosis. Like, I used to have psychosis. I mean, I do have psychosis. I'm medicated now. But there are funny things that can happen when you're under psychosis. There are funny things that you believe. Like, in retrospect, it's like, oh my God, that was like a terrifying experience. But when I think about them in retrospect, some of them are actually really funny that I believed those things. I won't give any examples. You're going to have to deal with that. The main character should be psychotic. Should have not a psychopath. He has psychosis. He's kind of like... I don't know if this is a good comparison, but he's kind of like Don Quixote. I don't know anything about Don Quixote. Cut that out, D. Cut that out. Don't put that in there because that's not a good... You can't reference things that you didn't read. This is two songs that could be in there for like a romance. Either You Don't Love Me Anymore or Do I Creep You Out. If the character has psychosis, probably Do I Creep You Out is going to be the song you want to go with. You Don't Love Me Anymore is a really funny song. I put Talk Soup on here. Talk Soup is another really funny song. I don't know what it would communicate story-wise, though. I want to think it would communicate that everybody like wants to be paid attention to, but there are more important things going on that need to be addressed. Definitely, like, when I bring these songs up, just listen to them. I'm not going to put them in here because, like, I want to get monetized one day, and if I want to monetize this video, I can't have Weird Al songs in there. I don't agree with this song. I'm taking it out. I don't agree with this song either. I'm taking it out. I keep talking about a main character. Who is going to be the main character? I think the main character should be Skipper Dan. Skipper Dan was in the arts. He really wanted to be an actor, and he was really good. He got really good reviews in college, but when he got out into the real world, his job ended up being a skipper on the Jungle Cruise ride at Disneyland. It would just show that this is where, I think right after Dare to Be Stupid, the first song you would play is Skipper Dan to introduce him as the main character. It establishes his hopes and dreams. He didn't make it. Why? Because he's too stupid. The things that he believes about the world are incorrect, and it didn't mesh well with like actually getting a job, I guess. Maybe. I'm kind of pulling stuff out of my ass to justify this song. The thing with Weird Al songs is that a lot of them introduce a character rather than exploring a concept. And these songs that aren't too specific on one thing are the songs that you would want to use, because, like, again, if you use like Yoda, like, what the hell is that what's that song gonna be about? It would suck. It would really suck. You don't want to like pander to the audience with this musical. You don't want a musical that's like about nothing. And like what I've been saying, like, there's ideas for the musical to be about something, or like these songs could communicate something other than what the song says at face value. The last song that I put is Party in the CIA. And it's maybe Skipper Dan gets like invited to join the CIA to work undercover. Like maybe all of his conspiratorial and delusional thinking is correct, but that would contradict with everything you know is wrong. So maybe not. Or maybe like he thinks he has all these delusions, but everybody just believes him, and they're just like, wow, that sucks. And that's kind of what happened to me. Like, I would tell people like, this is going on, and they would just be like, wow, and then they wouldn't ask any other questions. I want Hardware Store to be in there because I want an actor to have to sing the really fast part at the end. That song just communicates that a hardware store is opening and everyone's excited about it. I guess there could be a hardware store setting with like a character in there, but I don't know. So those are my ideas for the Weird Al Jukebox musical. This video is very rambly, and I don't know if I'll actually put anything on the green screen behind me. So, whatever. I want this musical to be good. I really do. Al Yankovic, if you're listening to me, sorry, Weird Al Yankovic. I want this musical to not suck. So, make sure the musical isn't just like playing the hits, and the songs are actually about something happening in the story. And I think this could be a very good musical. I'm really bad at closing out videos.